Welcome back to the Landlord Profitability Playbook Scorecard video series. I'm McAllister with ROOST Real Estate Company, and today we're diving into Profitability Play Number One, automating your rent collection. This is foundational to everything else we'll cover because if you can't collect rent consistently and efficiently, nothing else matters. Today, I'll walk you through the 4 stages every landlord goes through, from barely surviving to truly succeeding. Download the scorecard linked in the description below, and let's see where you are right now. If you're in the reacting stage, your tenants are essentially running the show. You take whatever they can pay whenever they can pay it. Sound familiar? Maybe your tenant calls on the 15th saying, "Hey, I can only pay half this month, but I'll get you the rest next week." And because you need that money to cover your mortgage, you say yes. The next week becomes 2 weeks, and suddenly you're playing catch up every single month. You're not setting boundaries because you're afraid they'll leave, and finding new tenants feels overwhelming. You're reactive instead of proactive. You wait for them to call you instead of having systems in place. The problem? You're training your tenants that your rent collection policies are negotiable. And once that precedent is set, it's incredibly hard to change. You end up with inconsistent cash flow, constant stress, and tenants who don't respect your business boundaries. If this sounds like you, don't worry. Most of us started here, but you can't stay here if you want to build real wealth through real estate. In the surviving stage, you're spending more and more time each month collecting rent, and the quality of your life is suffering. This is exactly what your scorecard describes, and it's a painful place to be. You might have started with good intentions, maybe you set up a system or two, but somehow rent collection keeps consuming more of your time, not less. You're making calls, sending texts, driving by properties, manually tracking who's paid and who hasn't. The rent money is coming in, but at what cost? You're spending evenings and weekends dealing with late payments. You're checking your bank account multiple times a day. You're having the same conversations with the same tenants month after month. What makes this stage so frustrating is that you thought real estate investing would give you more freedom, not less. Instead, you're more tied to your phone and your properties than ever before. You're surviving financially, but you're drowning in the day-to-day management. The quality of your life is suffering because rent collection has become a part-time job that you never wanted. You know this isn't sustainable long-term, but you're not sure how to get off this hamster wheel without losing tenants or income. If you're in the muscling stage, you've learned that you need to be firm, but you're doing it through force rather than systems. You're the landlord who calls tenants every day after the 5th until they pay. You strong arm and harass until you get results. You don't like playing the heavy, but you've gotten used to it because it works. Your tenants know you mean business, and most of them pay on time because they don't want to deal with the pressure. But here's the problem. This approach is exhausting and unsustainable. You're spending emotional energy being the bad guy every month. Plus, you're creating an adversarial relationship with your tenants instead of a professional one. You might have good collection rates, but you probably also have higher turnover because tenants don't enjoy being harassed. And let's be honest, you don't enjoy being the rent police either. This stage often leads to landlord burnout because you're constantly in conflict mode. You're getting results through intimidation rather than systems, which means you can never truly step away from the day-to-day operations. In the succeeding stage, you've set proper expectations for both yourself and your tenants from day one, and your systems are so good that your properties seem to manage themselves. Here's what this looks like. Your lease clearly outlines payment terms, late fees, and consequences. You use property management software that automatically sends payment reminders, processes payments, and applies late fees. Your tenants can pay online 24/7, and you get instant notifications when payments are received. Your system handles 80% of rent collection automatically. For the 20% that need follow-up, you have standardized processes, maybe automated texts on day 3, a formal notice on day 7, and a clear escalation path. Most importantly, you've attracted tenants who want to pay on time because your professional systems appeal to responsible renters. You're not chasing money because you've created an environment where paying rent is easy and expectations are crystal clear. The result? You check your dashboard once a week instead of stressing daily. Your cash flow is predictable, your tenants respect your professionalism, and you have time to focus on growing your business instead of collecting from your existing tenants. This is what true automation looks like. Systems working for you instead of you working for systems. So where are you right now on this journey? Are you reacting, surviving, muscling, or succeeding? The good news is that moving from one stage to the next is absolutely achievable with the right systems and mindset. In our next video, we'll cover Profitability Play Number 2, Start as Day 1. Don't forget to grab your scorecard in the description below and honestly assess where you stand today. Remember, you can't improve what you don't measure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.